I don't focus your bull. I'm always doing 225 numbers after the name. A little tight Tuesday action over here. I want to talk a little bit about these submachine guns we got over here, in particular the Thompson, which may still be my favorite submachine gun. I'm dabbling in this MP40 lifestyle, man, and I have further opinion, but I'm a couple of levels up over here on the MP40. I got a couple of attachments. I got a couple more that I wanted to go, but if I had to go right now, my favorite submachine gun in the game is the Thompson, or whatever it's called in the game. There's something. It's not called the Johnson rifle. I don't remember what the hell it's called in the game. But I'm a big Thompson guy over here, man. Now, Tight Tuesday over here, London Docks. Games that come down in a minute to the wall to the wire. Side note, and I'll probably do a video later on about London Docks. A lot of people don't like London Docks. I'm pretty cool with London Docks. I don't really have an issue with it. It's fine. I enjoyed it. It's one of the few maps. I don't know, a few maps that use a submachine gun, but I kind of roll submachine gun at this one. Point the Hawk. Flak sometimes, even though I'm really enjoying my shotgun gameplay, and I think maybe tomorrow I'll bring a little shotgun game because I want to talk about that. And maybe stop counting where I use the submachine guns. There's not a lot of maps in the game, so I don't feel too bad if I don't really use it in too many maps because there's not too many maps in the game. But the Thompson, I feel, is a gun you can kind of use almost in any map, man, if you play it out right over here. A couple of things I like a lot about it. You know, 30 bullets in the clip. Good, especially in this World War II game. Pretty good. I feel the fire rate on it is pretty good. I get where there's probably guns that shoot faster, like, you know, the waffle, as I like to call it. Definitely shoots faster. The PPSH probably shoots faster. But after that, I don't know if there's anything else that shoots faster than it. But just because it shoots faster doesn't mean it shoots better in any way. It's just faster. I felt immediately. And sometimes you kind of have to go by this, you know. There's stats in the game, and obviously the stats are very important on your weapons and whatnot, and that is a big factor as to how good a gun is and not. But feel also is a big factor into how good a gun is and not. And to me, immediately once I picked up the Thompson, it felt really good, and it felt just right. And that to me went a long way already. I was like, whoa, like, hold up, like, this gun clicked to me. I was especially enjoyed the recoil to it. It's very controllable to me. It definitely has recoil, which is kind of what I'm trying to look at right now with the MP40, and I'm trying to play around with because I feel like the MP40 recoil to me is even more controllable than the Thompson. But what I like about the Thompson recoil is, and I haven't done too many experiments of it, but it definitely feels like it goes up. And I'm always a big fan of any gun that recoils up, because I feel like I control that, and when I don't really control it all that well, it'll probably just go into a headshot, hopefully. So I'm always a big fan of any gun that has consistent recoil, and particularly consistent recoil that goes up. Over random recoil or side-to-side recoil. Those guns, to me, have never... And that recoils up and doesn't recoil too crazy. That's what I'm talking about over here. I feel like I won a lot of gunfights with this Thompson, man. We just saw one right there, for example. But I feel like I won a lot of gunfights with this Thompson. Gunfights that I should be winning, but that are close, and maybe with other guns I'm not winning. And this could all be 100% mental to me. But I'm just letting y'all know how I feel about the Thompson. It's been an A+ effort over here, man. I always run with a sub the suppressor on. For the most part, every submachine gun I leave the suppressor on. I understand that it reduces a little bit. And this is about to be the turn of the century right here, boy. It's about to be the turn of the century right here, boy. And then, unfortunately, I'm like, I don't know who this guy is. Does anyone hit him? No, I'm just going to take a nap, please. Leave me alone. Stop fighting. It's mean. These guys are so mean. Why are you so mean? But I always have the suppressor on. I know it reduces your range. But I'm not really pushing these guns too far in terms of range. I've sometimes even tried to even get a little bit of that range back to put like the the name is escaping right now, but the attachment that allows you to get a further range down the field. It works. The advanced rifle. It works, but I've never really felt to the point where I'm using a submachine gun and I'm like, hey, I can't use this gun because with the suppressor, because I won't be able to get that kill over there with it. For the most part, any time I'm playing with a submachine gun, I'm trying to run into people that I could use this gun on pretty close to me. So there's that. When aiming down sight, obviously. Hip fire is a whole different beast. I probably don't hip fire as much as I should in this game. I do feel hip fire with a Thompson works. I think it's a pretty fine gun to hip fire with. One of the things I'm enjoying about the MP40 that I'm using right now is the fact that I feel like I control the hipfire pretty well, and I'm a big fan of that, obviously. And the Thompson, I can also feel like I kind of control the recoil on it, or just even control the stability on it in terms of the hipfire as well, pretty well. So both guns to me kind of review very well in that sense. I don't really have an MP40 opinion fully yet, but I just want to throw it out there that I'm liking a lot what I'm seeing on the MP40 over here, but I'm vibing a lot with the Thompson. I'm vibing a lot with the Thompson. I like how it sounds, man. You want to talk about like very little stuff that doesn't have anything? I like how the gun sounds, man. It's almost, I'll tell you how it feels like, man. It feels like a mini bar. Like not a mini bar like the ones at the hotel where you get some like sparkling water that for $16,000 and then you gotta pay for it afterwards. Don't be playing them games, man. By the way, who drinks sparkling water? I don't mean to get too much of a tangent here, but who drinks sparkling water? Like, why is that a thing? And I went to a hotel a couple months ago, and there was, instead of just water, like sometimes they have like a bottle of water over there, which you'll have to pay for if you drink it, I believe, most of the time. But they had sparkling water, and I was like, sparkling water? I was like, who's the person that says, you know what, man, I'm really thirsty, let me get some sparkling water? I couldn't even drink it. Like, straight up. I took like a sip out of it. I couldn't even drink it. And then on the lowest key, though, I went over to a buddy in my room and I switched up my bottle with his just in case they found out that I actually took a sip of mine. So I want to get charged for it. I don't really know if he got charged for it. We ain't really talk. We haven't talked because of that incident, but we just haven't talked since that. I wonder if he got charged for it. Maybe I'll bring it up. That's the kind of stuff you bring up like many years down the road and be like, hey, by the way, they charge you for sparkling water? They'd be like, yeah, it's crazy. I didn't even touch it. I'm like, that's right. You did not touch it. I did, but you did not touch it. Anyway, Tight Tuesday over here, man. Games that come down and limit to the wall to the wire. Let me know what submachine guns you rolling with in this game, man. I was big PPSH game when the game started. I've transferred over to Thompson. I might be going to MP40. That's still up in the air.